You all know what time it is. Viewer replays. If you got a replay, Discord link in the description, Edison Format replays channel, yada yada, post it there. Now we got the intro out of the way. Let's take a look at what the heck is going on my screen here. We have what can only be described as burn stuff. I don't know how to talk about this deck. It's just like it's almost like a 2007 burn deck, where it's just like a pile of good cards, and then you're playing some burn stuff. Okay, we're going to activate Nobleman of Crossout. We're up against frogs now, we see. We take out one of the Treeborns with Knock, which is very good. Almost never happens. Actually, we're main decking Knock. How did I let this slide by me? That's insane. Opponent going for the Substitute thing. Very good. They have Econ, so they just got to get rid of this Reaper whenever they want. We draw into DD Warrior Lady, which is very good because the opponent soft-locked. They were greedy, so now they're going to get punished for that. We're going to run over everything. We draw into Uni. We activate Creature Swap, Summon Swap, and then attack over our Treeborn. Okay, that's going to go through. Is the Spirit Reaper hit going to go through as well? Did we not have a stop for that? We could have Dimension Walled to hold on to the Sidra, I guess. But then you're using Dimension Wall to do only 300 damage. Opponent draws into Flamvel Magician. Once again, we're going to have to eat all that damage. We're still holding the Dimension Wall. They go for Black Rose, but we have Starlight Road down, so that's pretty good. We draw into Torrential Tribute. It's not terrible. Opponent's going to go for Ryza. That's going to eat a Solemn Judgment. And now we are just chilling with Stardust Dragon, hoping that it's enough, but it's going to get Econ'd here, probably. What do? We can pulse it back. That's crazy. Opponent goes for Uni. This is bad. We have to Torrential, or they're going to just start picking our stuff off. We draw into Zoma the Spirit. But I remember when I was a kid, I pulled this in Phantom Darkness, and I thought it was super cool. It was one of my favorite cards. I was like 10 years old. Played it in my playground deck. So yeah, we're going to see Zoma the Spirit get summoned after we hit them with a 1900 Dimension Wall. So this little bugger should just burn for game, right? He's like a reverse Flame Wingman or something. When he dies, he inflicts damage equal to the attack of the monster that killed it. So if you just ram it into Fire Dog, the opponent's going to take another 19, and that's going to be the end of the game. So Zoma the Spirit for lethal. Didn't think we would see that one, but it's happened. All right, game number 2, what do we got? We got a bunch of trap cards and a TD Warrior Lady and an Honest. Oh, man. All right, well, we can set a bunch of cards. Opponent's going to go for a Ryza, but we have Rug. We have Rug. All is well. They set Typhoon. We draw Reflect Bounder. How does he keep showing up? This is the second episode in a row that we've had Reflect Bounder being played. Let's see. What do? We Econ, take Warrior Lady, so we're going to go for sub. Prio Tribute away the Warrior Lady. Not attacking then. We're just going to get into the Unifrog. Unifrog's going to pick off a back row. What do we hit? We hit a Bottomless, and this Starlight Road's probably going to die too. Yeah, Uni plus double dupe, I think, kind of cooks us here, does it not? We set the Compulse. They attack. Do we use the Compulse? We do. But that just puts back Uni, and they resummon it, so really we're only avoiding 400 damage there. And now they take out our last back road. We set the Dimension Wall. Well, now we can Lava Golem out both the dupes, attack over the Uni. We get T-Roared, we set Dimension Wall, but the opponent's just got so much stuff. They are getting kind of low. We Dimension Wall to inflict 400, but then they tribute off the Lava Golem. They're getting low. If we hit over this and then Honest, we could have game, but they're going to Phoenix Wing, Wind Blast. Then they switch to defense. Then they start poking the crap out of us, put the Caius back. They play around Gores, though. The Warrior Lady's going to get Mirror Forced. We go down another 1,000. They said Econ. Okay, we draw second Honest. We attack. That's going to get Econ yoinked, and that's got to be the end of the game, right? Okay. On to game number 3. Well, let's see what's going to happen. We have Zoma again. Zoma and Reflect Bounder, both of the the legendary features of this deck showing up in the opening hand. We hit him with Reflect Bounder. We set Zoma the Spirit. We Crow Treeborn number 1, and we have a second Crow for Treeborn number 2, which is pretty funny. We end phase Dust. We bring out Zoma. Time to get in there. Hit him with Reflect Bounder. Hit him with Zoma. But they have a Battle Fader, so that's not going to work. We Crow Treeborn number 2, so no more Treeborn forever. It is gone. Why didn't they go for Uni here? That's crazy. Why didn't they go for Unifrog? Wild. Alright, they're just going to set Fire Dog, and then they draw Unifrog, and then they hit into a Deep Prison. Rough. Opponent sets a rug, but that's going to get used right away on this Caius, presumably. They set a Mirror Force, we set another Battle Trap, they set another Dog, they draw another Monarch, promptly hitting into the second rug. Rough. Rough indeed. Opponent sets a Econ. We're just setting cards. Okay, very fun. We have a Heavy Storm on the part of the Frog player here, but they get Lava Golems, so now they kind of got to do something. We use Econ to avoid taking 3k burn. Now we kind of have to go for this Heavy Storm at some point. They hit into our Gores. Wow, we greeted the Gores against the Burn deck. That's insane. Alright, we activate Storm, but they have Judgment. That's not good. We go for Creature Swap. They give us the Reflect Bounder. Now we hit over the sub, but that gets Dimensional Prison. We set our last spell card. We draw into a Ryza, but we don't do anything, and now we eat a Lava Golem, and Zoma the Spirit ramming into Lava Golem is lethal damage here. So, the opponent gets killed by Zoma twice. Wild. Alright. Had to do this in honor of myself. We're showing off a Neop Spaan replay. This is one of my all-time favorite decks, and it's one that we discovered, well, semi-discovered, in like episode 1 of this series. I think that was a very different build, though. It was like a quick draw deck that was playing Dark Creator with Neop Spaans or something, if I remember correctly. It was also on like Dragons. It was a super crazy pile. So I took that concept and I turned it into this like Junk Synchron build that we now see today. And I think that's pretty much what Jarko here is playing. It looks basically card for card. So the Dust Shoot's going to be used to remove the Tragodia, which is basically the only live card in the opponent's hand. I guess they have Vortex, but Vortex is not that great. Alright, we're actually even going to play into it, and it's still not that great. Which we could have made Stardust here if we wanted, but I guess not. Opponent's going to set a Hamster, but we have Dark Creator live, and that's just the end of the game, right? We stack for Plague, we make Brionic, we bounce, we go for game. Alright. Game number 2. We open another decent-ish hand. Starlight Road sided him probably because of JD Celestia. Yeah, this is really nice. Really nice opening. You pretty much always want to do this like Armageddon, and then it gives you setup for your next turn's play. One of the most underrated things about this deck is actually just being able to search Grandmal. Grandmal is... he's such a pesky boy, man. I know it's been said, but he's a good card. We're going to see a Bottomless used on that Wolf there. Opponent has Illumina, they go Soul Release, and they just mill another Wolf. So now we hit into Honest, which is one of their only really good outs for Stardust. They hit him with the Wolf and Illumina, playing around our Torrential Tribute. They go End Phase Mill, we draw into Convert Contact, so we can get playing here. We activate the Convert Contact, activate the Foolish Burial, get into an Aqua Dolphin. We can go for Junk Synchron, make Cataster. This plays around Beckoning Light for Honest, but it doesn't play around Mirror Force. However, we have a main Phase 2, drop Chaos Sorcerer, banish the Lumina, and then set the Bottomless Trap Hole, so looking pretty rough. We're going to summon Aqua Dolphin, pitch. The opponent changed their DD Crow, but this doesn't really matter. Their whole hand's going away, and it's all useless anyhow. Maybe we should have... just Sork banished this Wolf. The opponent Necro Gardeners. Yeah, they couldn't have done that if we just Sork banished, but we have Bottomless anyway. Okay. They're going to hit over our Dolphin, though, and they wouldn't have been able to do that. So now we're getting sort of semi-dangerously low, where it's like if they had JD plus something else, maybe we'd be in trouble. They summon Cyber Dragon attack. We go Allure of Darkness, banish the Armageddon Knight, probably gotten most of the value we can out of that card. Opponent draws into Plague, that's fine. We flip up Raikou, go for Junk Synchron, Synchro level 5, Junk Warrior, a rare Junk Warrior summoning in this deck. I think this card is definitely good to include in the extra, though, because it can come up. I had a game against Blackwings yesterday, I think, where it came up. I had like an OTK with Armory Arm plus Junk Warrior through Kalut, and it would not have worked without Junk Warrior, so... you know, definitely play this card. It's also another Dark besides Cataster that you can make that's level 5, so yeah. And just, like, being able to get to 27 pretty frequently is cool. We hit into a Raikou. That's going to let the opponent stay alive here, actually, is it not? They're going to go down to 700. They need a top deck. Is there a JD left? There's not. Maybe they have an Avarice or some way to get them back. They draw into Lila, which is frustrating because that's exact game, meaning we have the Torrential, but it's not that frustrating because we're just going to summon the Creator and win the duel. Yeah, that's Spacian's good deck. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Looks like very close to my list. So good job, Jarko. You done well. Next match, Ronok has been spotted on ladder playing this abomination you see before you that can only be described as Floodgate Fairies. Nice alliteration there. Yeah, it's like it plays like Kaiser Coliseum and Rivalry of Warlords, and then plays Dark Bribe and a bunch of green and purple heralds to protect your obnoxious floodgates. I don't really know what the game plan is besides being annoying. Is it like, are we trying to deck out the opponent or something? We do play over 40 in here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We played 43? Is that right? So maybe it's a deck out strategy. I could see that as the plan. Opponent goes for Caius here. Outs one of our recruiters. We flip up the Gelen duo, hit into the Raikou. The Raikou should just kill the back row. And then we're going to activate... No, we're just going to tribute one Gelen duo to summon Christia, which is hilariously a thing that we can do because this thing has another effect. But the Christia eats a bottomless, so rough. What can we do here? We can do nothing. We've drawn up a green herald. That's the kind of downside if you want to be greedy and run these other heralds is you will draw them and they will be bad in certain situations. So they kill our green herald, but we're not even close to enough fairies for Christia at this point. What do we even do? We set rival now. We just go next. All right. Well, game 2. Game 2, we're going to have a set Novasumm. So we're playing like Gelen Duo and Arcana Force the Fool just to like put an indestructible by battle monster on the field. And then like play our Floodgates and then protect the Floodgates and just stall for deck out, I guess. What happens if you play against Blackwings, though, and they just start piercing your guy? I don't know. Maybe just, like, try to get them so they can't summon the Bora somehow. We hit into Raikou. What does Raikou kill? The Novasummer. It's dead. Alright, we draw Trooper. Trooper's going to hit the set. We mill Dandy. We stack for Plague. We Synchro for Catastor. Alright. Well, we're going to play some Kaiser Coliseums. Set Arcana Force the Fool. Opponent hits into Arcana Force the Fool. Now, Catastor can just, like, continually out all of these indestructible by battle guys. It's just going to take a while. Meanwhile, the opponent can't really play the game because freaking Kaiser Coliseum's not letting them summon things. So we just got to, like, wait. We go for Avarice. That gets Dark Bribed. So the deck out strategy kind of working. However, there's 2 more Avarice left in the deck. So you're going to have to be able to stop all of them. We activate Foolish Burial. What do we do here? We're just going for... I guess deck out has to be the plan because Ronok's not really doing anything. We're going to have a Fiendish Chain get used. We book now. We probably should have just waited to next turn and then booked and then flipped it back. But we're going to flip it back. We hit over the Gelen Duo. Alright, that's one of them down. Christia is apparently live, though, so we're going to bring that out. And we're just going to pass. We're just going to pass. Dark Bribe is going to stop the MST from taking out the Kaiser Coliseum. And we hit over the Caius. That gets deprisoned. We have 2 deprisons, but they are met with 2 purple lights. Honestly, why is Ronok even attacking? Isn't the plan just to deck out? I don't know. I guess at some point they might draw Heavy Storm, and that would be a problem. Okay, we have Dark Bribe now. They draw into BrainCon, and they don't have a great way to stop the Catastor hit, but the follow-up Soul Release gets negated, which means we're still just on 4 fairies, so Ronok's going to bring out the Christia again. Can we out it this time? We can. Once more. We set Gelen Duo. We hit over the set. It's just Gelen Duo. We can't out it. We have an Avarice, no stop this time, so we're going to get to put back 5 monsters, and that's a lot of annoying monsters because the Caiuses are all going to just trade with these monsters. We see a Hamster's going to be attributed for Caius, which outs the second Kaiser Coliseum, but we still can't out the Gelen Duo. The Christia gets bottomless. We try to purple light, but there's a second bottomless, so that Christia is long gone. Raigeki break the other back row, summon out a Debris Dragon, make Black Rose use the second effect to flip up flip Gelen Duo to attack mode. Oh, we're actually gonna flip the set monster. Okay. Well, it goes to 0 either way. Then we activate Mark of the Rose, take the Gelen Duo, and that is gonna be lethal. We actually brain this? Why did we brain this? Oh, to play around Honest. I see. That's very smart. And yeah, it's a good thing because they had double Honest in hand. So that's Ronok's Fairy Floodgate Abomination, which fortunately did not win. I hope it doesn't catch on. Ronok, if you're watching, delete this. Okay, next. Final one we've got here is some kind of Earth Machina Dimal pile. It looks like something I've probably played before. I don't know. I think it's a little different because I don't think I was on this like Shining Angel stuff. In fact, I don't know if I did a video with Dimal Machina. I've definitely played it before with like Dimal Gigantes, but this build is different as well. It's very cool though. I think it's definitely a deck that does some neat stuff. I think Dimalk in general, very underrated card. I think the Machina package is strong. I think Gigantes is also strong. Unfortunately, I haven't found a fantastic deck to play it in. I think the new Rock deck has potential, but we're still very much in the early stages of that one. Can't really say. Opponents just getting their crap beaten by Dimalk because they're playing a bad deck called Gladiator Beast. And, yeah, they're going to have to scoop it up because what do you even do? What do you even do with Glads in this kind of matchup? Like, they just keep summoning Fortress. How do you deal with that? You just got to draw enough, like, D-Prisons and Bottomlesses, I guess, and just hope. We got a System Down. Apparently that's how you deal with it. What is this freaking 2010 technology? Just Cyber Dragon, bro. Why are we playing System Down, unironically? All right. We're going to hit him with Dimalk. That gets booked. We set 2 back row. Opponent still doesn't have a Glad Beast. They're just going to try to hit over with Test Tiger, which we actually let go through. We get the Fortress back to our hand. Oh, yeah, wait. No matter how many times they Bottomless or D-Prison the Fortress, we can just add it back with Dimalk and keep summoning it. So, like, actually, how does Glads ever win in this kind of a matchup? I don't know. It's rough. It's rough out here for Glad Beast players. This guy can't draw Glad Beast. They're on 60! Why are they on 60? No, I didn't even notice that. Okay. What a meme. They draw Cyber Dragon. You know, that kind of explains, though, why they're on System Down a little bit, although not really, because if anything, the individual side deck cards that you choose actually become more consequential when you're on 60, not less. It's like kind of the reverse of main deck cards. Yeah, actually, why are they on System Down? That's so puzzling. We got Heavy Storm. They draw into Brain Control right after they go down to 7 Art of Life. We go for Storm. They have the Judgment to back up the Storm, so we're going to get out all the back row. They can go for Cyber Dragon into Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon into Hit Over Dimensional Alchemist, which then adds back what? They don't want Fortress. They already have one. They don't want Gores, which they should have sided out against Glads, honestly. They could get Gear Frame. I think Gear Frame would be pretty good. Shining Angel is probably also fine. They get Gear Frame. All right. Well, now we just storm into Summon Fortress and to win the game. Okay, yeah, hilarious. Common GBL, Common Machina, Rock, Dimalk, W. What can I really say? So, yeah, that's all the replays I got for today. As always, let me know what you thought in the comments section. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.